Yeah, bro. Like, I think the term best used is African American, not the term you would like to use, because like it's better to be respectful about it.
I don't know why he does this every episode. He thinks he's funny, but he's not.
I'm so fucking.
I think the camera caught
This
me
time I'm
making
actually
such
cutting
a
it
fucked
out.
up face right now. I was like,
Where is he going with this?
yeah, I was like, what's going
By
on?
the way, the camera always catches you when Barry is speaking. You're there.
Yeah, no, but I mean, isn't like it's going to be shown because I was just going, the fuck, that was the ugliest face I made in my life. My mother wouldn't tell me she loved me. She saw that face.
I still love you.
I love it more when you have a pillowcase on your face, but yeah.
Okay.
What,
Today's
like-
episode's gonna be.
You don't know that? No. And you say
Why
that.
did my heart rate stop? No, okay.
No, that's the joke you make for like fucking ugly chicks. Just pull a pillowcase over her head.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
You poke a hole in it, of course, right? Otherwise, it becomes a murder.
It's a pillowcase, bro, not a plastic bag. What do you
Bro,
think?
pillowcase, you can't breathe from pillowcase.
Of course you can.
That's
It's
how people
cloth.
fucking kill. Oh no, he means like
Like
empty
empty
pillowcase. Like, there's no
pillowcase.
pillow in the pillowcase.
Heavy, it's a case. If you put it around on someone's head
Bro,
and you
it's
tie
It's
it,
breathable, man.
Bro,
It's
if I wrap a
cloth. It's
t-shirt
like
around your head,
Yeah.
would you be able to breathe?
if you put what am I?
Hardly.
A t-shirt.
Hardly, but
You
yeah,
wouldn't
can't.
die.
No, but if you tighten it. Okay, I'm looking like murder kind of stuff. Like, okay.
Alright, this is
You're
going off
twisting.
the- Should we start this?
Welcome to the.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Cancellable Podcast. It's an achievement that I've actually been able to say the name of this podcast.
Why?
So
Why do you
that's.
pause every
I
time?
paused because I'm making sure I said it good, man. For some reason.
You said it good, but you pause on the podcast part. That
Yeah,
makes you
well, I
sound
mean,
retarded.
I think
Is it a podcast?
It's an achievement. It's an achievement.
Yeah,
So
I'm
welcome
proud
to
of you.
episode 2. So as we said in the last episode, we're going to discuss different ideas each time so you guys get to know us better. Although we haven't still posted the first one, but
Pretty sure we didn't have to mention that point. Like,
What an idiot.
I'll delete the whole footage. Fuck that.
fuck no, please. You put too much work for that.
Yeah,
shit.
I
Like,
know. So what did you say we want to discuss this time? I
like
forgot.
today's episode, we're gonna be talking about like pet peeves, like, and I'm gonna say the definition because apparently not a lot of people know what pet peeves are.
Okay, dickhead. I told you I know kind of roughly, but I wasn't sure if something is disgusting to you. Does that get included into pet peeves?
I get
too?
it, but you said like for years you've been trying to like figure it out. Then I'm like, okay, let me Google it to let you know, and you're like, wait, I could have done that. I'm like, yeah, years.
We're gonna put me on blast, though.
Bro,
That's how
come
we're
on.
gonna start. Okay.
Oh really? Like, like
Okay.
I remember that I had to explain to you yesterday about what a pet peeve was. I'm like,
To
does
be
this
honest,
make you
you
angry?
started, and this was after Bardi already told me. I just didn't want to be disrespectful and stop you, but Bardi already explained it.
But I
so-
asked her, I said, do you know what it is? And you're like, no. And then I was like, okay.
I was
so
like,
it's-
I don't want to make you feel bad, so I
it's
just
okay.
went.
Thanks
like,
for being a sweetheart. It's
Anytime, baby.
perfect.
Anytime.
So pet peeves are basically something you find very annoying and frustrating. And at the beginning when we started discussing it, I thought like I didn't have any pet peeves, but not, after thinking about it, and when we were on the phone, I got so fucking pissed off. When he was like, bro, my fucking blood is boiling. I was like, bro, I'm so angry right now thinking about all the shit that annoys me. So we're gonna talk about quite a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I've been thinking about this. I can't think of any. So anything you guys mention, I'm either gonna agree or disagree with, but I can't think of anything on my own.
Okay.
Which actually
So-
reflects a lot of my life. I don't really think
You're a
much
sponge.
myself.
No character.
I'm more like a
No, this.
no. I'm
Just
more like
absorbs.
the ones that go like criticize on movies on Rotten Tomato. I'm like those. I can't make it, but I can talk shit about it.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay, so. Why do you have to look at me like it was like a bottle of Hennessy or something like that? It's just water.
It's water, man.
That So-
vodka's strong.
No, so, Bardia, let
Yes.
us start with you. What are your
Top 3.
top? I was gonna say top 3.
Yeah,
Top
oh,
3.
mashallah,
It pissed me.
Loop me up, baby. All right.
All right. Top 3. Okay. The easiest one. Maybe I'll like jump on your guys' stuff because like I'm
Don't
pretty
tell
sure it's
me the
more
one
than-
you said on the phone.
What the fuck? Those are like my top 3 though.
You
What?
can't say black people on live podcast.
I didn't say that shit. Fuck
Sure you didn't.
Oh, now he's putting me on the fucking spot. Like
This was funnier.
That was a good one. That was a
Yeah.
good one. That was really
what?
good.
All right. Yeah, it was fine.
It's like a golf game, and it's like a tennis game, you know?
Yeah, back and forth.
Back
Yeah.
and forth.
Except you edit the first part of it.
So the first one is I'm gonna start like small. When people like chew with their mouth open.
Hold up a second. When we say top 3, you don't start small. Those are your top 3.
Yeah, I know, but like out of the
out of
three,
the-
like
okay.
I'm go for
So
the like
chewing
The
with your
lowest
mouth
one,
open?
right? The lowest one.
yeah,
Okay,
like
okay.
like people who chew with their mouth open, like that shit like gets on my nerve. Like one of our friends actually like chews with his mouth open at all fucking times. I'm not gonna say the name because it's probably
It's not someone on the
Say it,
table.
I'll beep it out. Who is? I want to know.
you're not gonna beef it out.
I swear I will.
You
No, I
pro-
will. I will.
promise.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Ehsan.
How dare you? I'm not beeping.
No,
it.
actually, fuck it. Like I've told him himself. He's like, oh, my nose, like something doesn't work.
He can't talk about noses.
To us, like broken nose, and like you have a
Yeah, but like, mine isn't like. You know.
nah. No, but
Yours
anyways,
is finding itself. Yours is finding itself. You're like,
No, that's his. Look at it.
it got broken. Like, anyways, people would chew. Like I used to have gum in my car all the time, and he would always get gum from me. And driving with him was so fucking annoying because I would just keep hearing that shit. No matter how loud you put your music, when something's annoying, you constantly hear it. So like,
Can I say something a little racist related? Not a little. It's really racist. I've seen it a lot with Asian people. They.
You know,
I feel like they're small.
no. So I'll tell you
Because they're so
something.
fucking small,
I'll
their
tell you
mouth
something.
is
Okay,
small.
so that was
Especially when like there's chicken bones involved, they go to town.
very specific.
No,
on
because
chicken.
I was
Or
living
bats.
with
But let
someone.
me fact check you right now. Yeah?
Okay.
Do you know that in Asia, in certain parts of Asia, eating and making noise is a sign that you like the food?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
So when they
and
go-
burping after.
Like that, when they eat like that.
Seriously.
For
Yeah, no,
real?
it's actually for real. Like
Oh, I didn't know that.
I know I don't know if it's in China or Japan, but if you eat and you slurp the food, like
Yeah.
if you're having noodles or something like that, it's like you enjoy the food and it's like you're giving courtesy.
It's kinda
Yeah,
like
but I
saying
want to
yum.
shoot them in the fucking face when they do
but
that.
it's
Like,
like-
if someone like does all
Bro,
that
I
shit, I'm
was-
like, get the
I
fuck
was
out
in
of my house.
this cafeteria in fucking middle of nowhere in Laos, and like it was full of like Chinese workers because it was a hostel. So we were sitting in the cafeteria and they were serving chicken wings. Bro, the way they were eating the fucking bone, I was just sitting there. I couldn't believe like the cultural difference. That's why I said it. I didn't mean it to be racist, just from experience. Like I noticed that the Asians.
Right, yeah, but like, I love how he's like, I didn't mean
Bro,
to
I
be
told
racist because
I
I'm-
said this on the first episode. I don't have issues with races. I just have issues with French people.
yeah, everyone does.
They're not a race, but okay.
Yeah, I said I don't have issues with races.
But, no, but that's the thing. So
I didn't know that.
you talking about that it's actually something like no, but like overall the Asian region. Like I don't know if it's something in India or whatnot, but I remember reading somewhere that in East Asia, like China and all these places, that eating and making a noise is a sign of gratitude and sign of that the food is good and such. But I mean, going back to your pet peeve of talking about opening your mouth, yeah, I wanted to kill people who are opening not just with chewing gum, but
No, anything. I'm not just making an example of it, but like when you're eating, like imagine you're so fucking hungry and you're about to eat, and you're eating with one person next to you, and that person just starts like all that shit. Like I just want to fucking slap.
there's you've just reminded me of someone, very close friend of mine, and always I'm on
Say the names because
always-
he's gonna beep it out.
it's and always on the phone, he'll talk to me, and I can tell when he eats because he goes, yeah. So I was saying,
Oh my god.
yeah, and
Oh,
for me, it's like I know it's not right, but I question my friendship, and I'm like, why am I friends with an animal?
Is it worth it?
Is it no? But
seriously,
like
you
the guy is my best friend and he's amazing and all this kind of stuff, but just that noise and it why I think pet peeves are so dangerous is because you can't find it's not a good reason to go to jail. Do you get what I mean?
You can't stand in court and be like, so what's
Yeah,
the
he was
reason you
breathing
killed that
really
person?
heavy,
If you saw that guy, the way he was eating chicken wings, like.
Yeah. So for me, that eating with your mouth open is.
I went on a first date in UK. It was like my one and only blind date experience, and the girl was doing that, and we were at the chicken wings. I don't know why every time.
What is up with you and chicken wings, man?
I like chicken wings. I just don't.
What'd you have for
people-
lunch? Chicken wings.
I had a really good
Yeah.
breakfast, chicken wings.
But it was so awkward because it's a blind date and it's a friend of a friend, so I can't just shit on her. Like like the
I
first
mean,
time.
actually, you can because it's a blind date. It's not like you gotta meet up.
Why
after,
is it
so.
blind?
No, but it's
Why
a
do you call
friend,
it blind
close
date?
friend of a. Like I didn't know her. They
But
just
you knew
said,
her photo. You saw her photo.
No, I didn't. It was a full setup. I went through this phase in university that I just deleted social media for like 6 months, and like I want to do it old school. So like, I'm sure she saw pictures of me. I was like, I'm
He
cool,
said a
like,
litter with a fucking.
Or that photo you showed me with him without a beard. It's like a Chad, bro. You look like a Chad.
the horse stable.
The horse meme that I made.
That fucking meme.
Behind that beard is just a chiseled
Chisel.
beast. Yeah, you had that.
Bro, the only reason
Ken
I grew the
doll thing.
beard was because I don't have a jawline.
Harry, you're talking to literally no jawline. It's been absorbed. You know?
Fair enough. All right, what's your number 2? Did you just fart?
No, I was saying, like.
You're getting
You can squeeze my arm. It's okay. You can
No, it's not
This
that.
is not gonna be a
Bro, can
funny
you do
podcast,
something
by
about
the
the
way.
AC? I'm shivering. Like, I'm
That's
having
my other pet peeve.
Oh,
AC.
No, I'm not gonna have a
Put on
pillow
your
like
leg.
a bitch. No. We're gonna cut this out, or I'm gonna be looking like a fucking bitch.
I'll cut it out, maybe.
No, you're not gonna.
Dude,
do it.
why? You look like a gangster having a towel on you.
Towel? I mean, what? I'm
It's a
gonna jerk
blanket,
off
man.
under it? Like,
I was hoping for that, but a blanket. You have a blanket, bro. I would love to wrap myself in a blanket.
Are
Coming
you
in
cold
with-
too?
No, dude. the
it's
fuck?
kind of, bro. You were wearing a hoodie. Like you knew it was gonna be cold, and he was like wearing a hoodie. All right, so the second one, what's the second one?
Wow. You know what my pet peeve is? People who don't remember their fucking lines.
Lines is what is this? Fucking act?
It's not scripted.
Oh, okay. So the second one is, oh, for fuck's sake, this makes me so mad. So
I
you
feel
know,
like just at the end of this, we're all gonna go home angry and there's
yeah.
no point to
And I'm
this
just my
podcast.
fucking like, I don't know how many cups of coffee. I'm just so like,
I'm so fucking jacked, bro.
so you know when like you're trying to like talk about something. Imagine I'm like, yo, I had a really tough day today. Like this happened, like shit like this, and I'm like trying to open up because like as guys, you don't really like open up all the time. You trying to have like if you're having a conversation, open up about something. That's like you're having a moment and that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or anyone, right? If someone tells me that, like, imagine I'm like, yo, I had a tough day. This happened, like, oh, I like fucking got hurt, like, busted my arm or something like that, and the person in reply is gonna be like, oh, you think that's bad? You can't believe what happened to me today. This happened. I did this and everything. And all of a sudden, the whole like conversation. I'm not saying that I want to be like a fucking spotlight whore, but like at the same time, like, yo, I just said something. At least recognize it. And then, like, we can move on to whatever fuck you want to talk about. But immediately relating it to yourself and, like, moving on to a whole nother subject, changing the whole subject that I was trying to talk about, I hate that. Because, like, I'm like, okay, like, sometimes in reply I want to be like, yeah, you think that's crazy? My brother got eaten by a wolf.
Right.
I-
So what's
like-
your pet peeve?
No, so
I have another one.
so
Fuck.
you know, this is gonna be. I don't know how the dynamic of this podcast is gonna be, but I feel like I'm gonna be the one here who's trying to explain what.
You're the
behind that
psychologist.
no, because it's
Jordan
actually-
Peterson
No,
with
it's
us.
actually pretty interesting what he mentioned because I remember I was talking to someone about it, and there was some article I read that talks about how women and men sort of give each other comfort. So women tend to sympathize with you by saying, you know, oh, that's so horrible that's happened to you, and you know, oh my God, I feel so bad for you. While men tend to rather give themselves as an example to show you they've been through it, and that they survived it, and meaning you can survive it.
That's actually true.
So
I've noticed.
So
you
I
doing
know,
it.
like for myself, if Bardia were to come to me and say, you know, man, I had such a shitty week and my work is going crazy and stuff, what I would say is, man, I sympathize with you completely. You know what happened to me? This, like, I have something so similar to that. So that might be like, that is a pet peeve, right?
No,
but
but
it's-
some people
wait.
are attention whores.
No,
Just, like,
yeah,
straight up.
no, but
No, but it's different when. So there's a very fine line, and
Yeah.
and what you say is like 100% true. There are people, and there are people I know in my life, my family members, that you will tell them a problem, and then they'll be like, "Yeah, but what about me? But what about me?" That's the difference. But if someone goes back to your point and says to you that, "I get you, man. This happened to me."
no, but so like the thing is that one actually I've had encounters about this whole thing more with like talking to like women than men. That's the funny thing about it. But another thing is that I kind of yes, it does like get me frustrated, but like at the same time I do understand where this is coming from because, for example, if someone going through like some tough shit, right? There are two approaches you can have, like three, like you just stay silent, right? Or you try to get the person to open up more
It's actually
about
not
it.
the best way. That's like, oh, like I'm going through this stuff, and you're like,
Yeah, I mean, like,
yeah.
I know some people.
I want to end my life. If someone doesn't talk me out of this, I'm gonna, no. He's like, someone give me a reason.
Or just get up and leave.
Just stand there. Give me a reason.
No,
I'm being supportive.
no, but like, you either like kind of like they just want to rant, so you just stay silent, or
Yeah,
like
that's true.
you kind of like say like small bits to get them to talk more about it, right? Which you have to have a lot of patience.
Honestly, that's the tactic I use when I'm not listening to someone.
Yeah, but, or you tune out at the same time.
Oh,
Shit,
yeah,
that real?
yeah,
Damn.
Then what happened? Yeah. That girl, that girl in your office.
Yeah,
cool,
but
cool.
the
Never
people
telling you anything.
who have this
Oh, I
kind of
mean
res-
He told me a story yesterday. That's why, like,
no, the people who have this response though. I kind of think that like, in a way, it's their way to actually
connect with you.
no, as in like, oh, you're having a tough shit. Let me tell you some other shit so you can put it in perspective, so you can feel better about your what you're going through.
Yeah.
But in my belief, when I'm going through some tough shit and someone tells me about theirs, I don't feel better that you're fucking going through much horrible shit. I just feel like I'm still going through what I'm going through. My perspective hasn't changed. I'm still dealing with this shit. Doesn't matter how, like, if your leg is cut off and I have a busted arm, I'm still not gonna feel bad about my arm because, like, this is the shit I'm dealing with. That's your fucking thing. You get what I mean? So, like, I mean, there was a bit of an extreme example.
To be fair, that's a bad example. Like, if you break your arm and someone is like, "Don't worry, you're gonna be okay. I lost my leg stepping on a mine."
It's not about you, man. It's not.
Yeah, I broke my fucking arm, man. Like,
So, like, you're gonna limp your way out of in your life. Like, I still
Why
have
don't
to
you
deal
just
with
walk
this.
off, huh? Walk.
Limp your fucking Pixar your shit.
Pixar.
Why don't you hop on out of here?
You stupid opinion.
Try to get a leg up on me.
All right, so I'm like, I feel like mine is going too long. I'm just gonna say the third one. No, but or should like, do you want to like go on like a little bit?
Let's say your last one. We've
This-
been building up to this.
The third one, actually, the second one I mentioned is actually the worst one for me. But the second one is the people who encourage people to be comfortable in the situation they're at. Okay, so like one of the things is like people who are trying to like lose weight or anything. Like, yeah, you can encourage people to like feel better about themselves and everything, but at the same time, like, if you say no, be proud of what you are and they'll just keep staying as that, no, you're promoting someone being unhealthy, you know,
Yeah, that's
or
very
someone, you know, like they're like, oh no, like, yes, you're good, like, don't shit on them for sure, right? But at the same time, like, when you're like, this whole fucking woke culture that's like canceling everyone, anyone saying anything, you know? So like, if someone's going through some shit and they're like, no, you can't say that to people because like they're just perfect the way they are. Yeah, but you don't know what the fuck kind of issues they're dealing with because of the shit they're in. You know what I mean? Like, just like saying that no, you have to be comfortable however you are and just sticking at it. I'm 100% against that. And people who do it, I tend to not like. That's like one of my pet peeves because like it shuts off. Like, that person is like, you're promoting unhealthy. I'm not promoting unhealthy behavior, but saying like, oh, you should do this. I won't go out giving opinions either, though.
I think there's like two levels to this. One is on an individual level. One is on like a mass, like society level. So if as a society you're telling people that if you're fat, you're healthy, it's okay if you're fat and you're okay with it.
Yeah.
That's fine. But because now doctors are kind of being like, some doctors in like California and stuff are being pushed to say that if you're fat, you're healthy. See, that's like a systemic thing. But on an individual level, like if like you're talking to me and you're like, oh, you're fat, but it's okay. You're like working, like you're being kind of supportive, but also pushing me. That's fine.
Good. That's good.
Or like, even if you're not like pushing me on an individual level, you don't know like you know on an individual basis what I'm going through, for example. That's fine if you're just being supportive and not pushing the person at certain points. But on a society scale, that's fucked up.
That's so fucked up.
So-
I have so many. It's okay.
It's a good it's a good pet peeve. You know what? Again, so I don't
I
think
didn't mean to play footsie with you.
It's okay. You just
He doesn't
smashed
mind
it.
it,
No,
yeah.
so I think, again, coming back to that point, see, my understanding of pet peeve, it's something that someone does that annoys you, right? And it's usually something that people live by. Like it's not something that would stop a
You know what
friendship
he
or whatnot.
means?
No,
he
no, no.
means the fat mannequins in Nike.
No, but
Okay.
But that's one
no,
of
no,
them,
but
yeah.
let me explain to you. As someone who's overweight, right? With my whole relationship with Bardia, like at this moment, I realized he never ever said to me, "You're good." Like when I used to talk to him about my weight and all this kind of stuff, he would never say, "Dude, no man, you're fine." He'd always be like, "Yeah, hit it in the gym, like do all this kind of
Yeah.
stuff."
No, because I want you, like, I always
No, no,
want you to be healthy.
and
I
I,
want,
no, no,
I
and I
always
get
want you
that.
to be,
Like, I get that, and you see again, coming to your point where you mentioned about us as like
Individual level and
an individual as well as a systemic sort of problem. I think the problem here, especially with that, quickly go into that. What is the classification of fat to someone? So you have body norms that are being distorted on Instagram. You look on Instagram, people are using filters. So I can understand if I was 100 kilos and my BMI told me my ideal like ideal weight where I'm in a category where I won't have any health issues is like, let's say 95, right? But I'm 100. I'm still in that.
No, I think it would be more like outrageous examples, like Lizzo saying
No, no,
that I'm
like,
healthy.
No, but just let me finish so I can explain to you. Yeah. So I can understand that if I'm a little bit overweight, I can still be classified as healthy, meaning that there's no boundary I'm breaking, that my heart's under pressure and stuff. Of course, there are reasons why there's healthy ratios for a person. And by the way, it's not a system. Like I don't agree as someone who's large, right? When I go to a gym, when I go to Adidas, there's no clothes that looks nice on me because I'm overweight. So if I do go to and see a mannequin that's a little bit overweight, right? I can adjust, like I can say that looks good on me, right? Like that will look good on me. But in no way, shape, or form should there be, at least for myself, if you have models out there that are being hailed, like she won an award because she was the fat, she was overweight. The other people that do that competition or whatnot put hard work into that. Yeah. So why is it because she is or he is, large, that she should win it just by that alone?
Yeah, but so like that is my point exactly. I told you about
That's
the whole,
why I said I agree with you
like
on
the
that.
mannequin thing. I get it. Like a lot of people who go to the gym are trying to lose weight and be healthy. So by saying that, you're comfortable, you feel like more welcome to the sportswear outlet that you're going to, like, to get clothes or something. But like to praise them and everything like that,
You're so brave. You're so.
Yeah,
It doesn't make sense. Like
The worst one I've seen was with Adele. I'm sure there's worse examples, but like
she looks amazing.
she looks great, and
like,
God knows how much hard work she put in
100
to
pounds.
get there.
She lost 100
Yeah,
pounds.
so 50. That's a
50
lot.
kilos, bro.
That's
Yeah.
50 kilos. That's really tough to do that.
But like she was getting so much love when she was fat, because like that was like in the comments, it was very specific, like who's commenting about that, like, oh, love your body, you look great and all of that. As soon as she lost the weight, instead of people like congratulating her or just staying neutral about it, people were like fucking hating on her for weeks and weeks on her Instagram pictures.
No, some people were like praising it, and some people went ahead and said, no, she's not beautiful because she lost the weight. She was always like this. She, like, this Adele was like that. And then it was on the podcast that we listened to. Like they were like, yeah, we're not saying she was a horrible person or anything, but she's definitely like probably healthier, and she looks beautiful now as well.
But it's an accomplishment, like I tell you. So
it is like,
and that's the difference, right? I think a lot of people get scared because they'll be alienated. That one singer who got successful, who was extremely overweight, I can identify with her. She doesn't care about wearing sexy, sleek, one thing I saw in Adele's songs was, because of how she looked, which is wrong. Yeah, she was overweight. No one could really sexualize her, so everyone went there fully for the music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even now, I've seen, like, for me, she's a beautiful woman. She's honestly like, the music.
To me, at any
No,
stage,
but elegant, because of the elegant. Like her music. You don't go, wow, like Adele is on TV and she's, it's like that woman has such a strong voice.
Yeah.
And her songs are really good. Like I love her music. But just coming back to that, I just really reflected on what he said about he doesn't push people, or like he doesn't praise someone when he knows something's wrong. Like, dude, why would you not praise me if you keep saying, "Bro, you're fine," and I'm telling you, man, I have heart problems, I get dizzy, or I'm out of breath. It's
That's the only issue I have with it. It's that separating that if you're okay with being like whatever overweight, underweight, whatever it is, and it being healthy or not. Like to me, those are two separate conversations that it seems like they get merged together a lot.
And not to provoke people to like, no, you have to get like this kind of surgeries or like go extremely like what's it called anorexic, like become anorexic, because no, you have to be fucking like skinny as shit to be. I'm not like even promoting that part. I'm saying like, yeah, you have to have confidence, okay? Even going to the gym at any weight you are, like being super skinny or like being overweight, you have to have confidence in order to keep going. You get what I mean? Like you have to have that. But you can't do, though. That's the thing. That's the thing. I get that part, but you have to have like a bit of confidence to like start it, but at the same time, you have to not be so comfortable to give yourself that push as well, you know? Yeah. And now like remember what was that cartoon? iRobot was a fucking movie. Explain it. It was the garbage Wall-E. You know, remember like how it portrayed humans in the future? How they're all so fat and like on the thing they couldn't get up or anything. It was because like other than the fact that technology consumed them so much that they couldn't even look at each other. It was the whole fact that okay, like it's that it was showing the future. So yeah, you're gonna eat shit and look at a screen all your life in the future, right? What can we do about it? We can be healthier. We can be like more disconnected with technology. I'm kind of going off topic, but it was just like this route I'm not very agreeing with. Like why like Dave Chappelle is like my favorite comedian because he has a freedom of speech, but this fucking woke culture, Jesus Christ, this fucking woke culture is like canceling everything that's like out of the norm of their own specific fucking view.
No, but that's the thing. So as you said, talking about specifically woke culture, you see, I believe that
woke culture.
No, so I think the word woke culture is like feminazis, right? It's
I don't know what that means.
So a feminist is someone who believes that, you know, women and men should be treated equally.
Okay.
Feminists don't mean that a woman is better than a man. That's a feminazi.
No, I believe I grew up with sisters and like all that. Like I completely agree with that.
No,
like,
do you understand what I'm saying? Women and men should be equal. That's feminism.
Yeah.
So like 60, 70 years ago, that was a big issue because women didn't have, you know, certain rights and whatnot. But the idea was that feminism was to make that balance, which how it should be, right? Now feminazis are saying that, you know, men are pushing us down and it's against men, and women are better.
It's taking it too far. It was the same with the BLM movement in US. I don't know if you guys followed it or not.
What?
But the Black Lives Matter.
Sorry.
It started because of one cause.
I thought Subway, BLM, like sound like BMT.
That's BLT, no?
BLT.
Yeah, so it started with one cause to like support black people and them getting killed, and obviously that's a good thing.
Yeah, of course.
And then it got muddied up with like other things around it, and it's the same thing.
All lives matter. Fuck, like this and this.
Like,
we're trying to.
No, it becomes an extreme, right? So woke culture is now, hey, if you make anyone feel bad, you are the problem.
No, but you're feeling bad because you find it offensive, not because it is offensive.
No,
that's a big
someone
point
described
here.
it this way. I don't know what podcast it was on, but it really made sense to me. So, as humans, we are very tribal, right? So anything that starts, we become a tribe. Either you're against something or you're for something. Let's say with the woke stuff, certain things needed to be like addressed, like in the Hollywood culture that the men were like fucking raping women to give them roles and like all of that. Some of that needed, like all of it needed to be discussed. It started as a good thing. But the issue with tribalism is you always, when your tribe gets too big, you want to create a smaller tribe.
Within that tribe.
So you feel special about it. So then what happened is they started eating away from themselves. So then people who were on the outskirts of that tribe, they got pushed out, they got like villainized. And then it keeps getting smaller. You basically eat yourself. You eat your own group. And then it reaches to a point that... Yeah. It reaches to a point that is so extreme that like a few people can.
But
like,
that's very similar to the concept of Chinese whispers, right?
I don't know.
So Chinese whispers is basically a game you play where one person says a question. So you have maybe like 30 people.
Oh yeah, caro.
I don't know what that is either.
Okay, so it's basically you have 30 people in a line. The first person will say a message like, you know, I believe today is a very good day. and you will keep saying it.
Oh,
and,
like you
and
whisper in each other's
You
ear.
whisper,
change
and,
as
and
it
people,
goes
and,
down.
and you can't repeat it. So the other person might say something else. At the end of it might be like Wednesday is a day
yeah,
for
yeah.
whatever. But yeah, this woke culture. I think woke culture, and this would be a good podcast episode to talk about. Right now, I think we're going to
My pet
peeves.
peeve.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
culture's my pet peeve. That's pretty much. Okay, we should move on to other people's pet
So
peeves.
I think for me at least, I agree with you on the first one, which was people eating with their mouths open. I think also another one. I also agree with you when people tend to always. It's like how my dad used to say it. He'd be like, some people can't think without saying "I" in the equation. It always has to be, yeah, that's happening to you. I can, they always have to involve themselves into the situation. That's not my pet peeve, but I understand that. And I think people who butt in a lot. You're talking and then they have to cut you off. I know all of us have that issue, but for me, I sometimes find it so aggravating. When I'm sitting with people and you just see someone have to cut in all the time, and it's something that's.
You know what's funny? I noticed this on a bigger scale. Like one of those Tonight shows, or like I don't know which one. One of them is Conan.
Yeah,
And
love
the
Conan,
red.
by the way, I love
yeah,
Conan.
he is one of those. So if you watch the interviews like after each other, it's always the guest says a story, but he always has to get the last word. So he has to make a joke that even like I know it's their job to make it funny, but other hosts don't do this. He has to like jump in, do something physical because he's a very physical person. But this is something that I've heard from actors that have gone on his show, and they even notice it. They're like,
Pierce Morgan would be someone who does that a lot.
That's the British
Yeah,
asshole, right?
Yeah, a British guy, and he actually will ask you a question,
Yeah.
like you're gonna talk to me now, and he'll cut you
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
But that's journalism, right? That's a mode of. So what they do is they try to get a reaction out of you. So
Man, I've seen him get destroyed by a couple of people.
yeah,
Ricky Gervais, I think, shat on him. Bro.
Ricky Gervais, Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro. I think I saw like a title on YouTube that what's this guy, the bald guy that's famous now, the asshole.
Can you tell us like?
I was gonna say Joe Rogan.
Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate. Apparently,
Tate.
he had an interview. I saw in the title. It said that Andrew Tate destroys Pierce Morgan or something.
No, but
well, I don't know about that one.
Again. So I've watched them.
He's in Dubai, by the way. Did you see?
Yeah, he lives in Dubai now. He's a Muslim.
What,
He
Andrew
lives
Tate?
here.
He lives there. Yeah. He's a
Oh,
Muslim now.
I saw him go to like different gyms and shit. Like he went to this gym that I used to go to. This like an MMA gym, and like he was sparring and shit. And man, he's fucking slow, and he's fighting Jake Paul now.
No, but again,
Jake Paul's really good. Sorry,
Yeah.
we're getting distracted.
you say
Continue.
Jake Paul's really good.
Apparently,
He is,
he's
man.
really good.
I mean, like
I'll
tell you,
coming
as-
from a
as-
person
as-
who's minimal, like compared to you guys in
No,
terms
no,
of like
so
fights and stuff.
I
like,
will
I'm-
tell you, yes. So as someone who, although I don't look it, my whole family, we've always been pushed into doing martial arts since a young age. I don't have the CV, which comes from my body, but I
You
can tell you,
murder someone.
I
We-
can
we-
tell
we
no,
can
no,
vouch for
no,
it.
I can tell you.
See what he did to me in paintball.
Yeah, I can vouch for that one. He gave me a right, like a fucking bullseye. Like,
No, but I can tell you, like, what Jake Paul has in his arsenal is the media. If he was
true,
no,
man. That's not true.
no,
Okay, go
but
ahead.
let me
and then
explain to
I'll-
you. Yeah, let me
okay.
explain to you. So he fought. First of all, he fought that guy. What was his name?
Nate
Woodley.
something.
Woodley.
No. Oh,
Tyron Woodley.
that wasn't his first fight. But okay.
No. But his first fight was who?
Like some basketball player, Nate.
Deji. It was Deji. His first
No.
fight. His first ever boxing fight was
amateur
Deji.
fight.
Amateur, yeah.
Professional was
But bro,
this
how is it
basketball-
professional? These guys, he fought that other the basketball player, American
Yeah.
football guy. He was American football guy, yeah.
Football, okay.
And then afterwards, he fought Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley is a UFC badass, bro. If you've seen him in
Yeah, of
UFC,
course.
this guy was running over people,
Been a
right?
champion for years, like.
And then, like, when they had their fight, he gave him a Rolex before the fight. Like,
the build-up was
I
stupid, but-
strongly believe that it's a very good marketing tool. Although I do agree he has got a lot better. He's got a lot better from the beginning because look, it's muscle. Like you have to learn.
Yeah.
You have to learn it through fighting. There's so much amped up, let's say, stress that goes on to you. But I don't believe that he is a really good fighter.
Alright,
I think
can
if he fought amateur fighters who actually fought and the same age as him and stuff, he will get wrecked.
All right, can I give defense now?
Anderson Silva.
He won.
Yeah, I know Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva's how old?
Bro, did you see what he did to what's his name? Caesar Jr. He's a professional boxer. Anderson Silva destroyed him, wiped the floor with him just a few months ago.
In a boxing fight.
In a boxing fight. Okay, but my argument is this. So all the boxers that we know, right? They're all within the top 10 of one of the 5 or 4 boxing organizations. You don't know any boxers that are like coming up, right? So boxing, the way it's set up is when you become professional, and if you are someone that they think can make it to the top, is they feed you bullshit fighters.
Yeah.
Fighters that are like 1-20 or like something like that. Like have a lot of defeats that are towards the end of their like career, or they suck. So think about it. Jake Paul has been boxing for 3 years. I think 2.5 of it was as a professional, right? Think about his first 6 fights compared to any other person that has become a professional boxer and their 6 first fights. Come on, man.
Yeah, but that's the difference.
His personality, I fucking despise him.
But I'll tell you something. It's not even, look.
I'm just saying boxing skills. He's beaten multiple UFC champions. I know they're not boxers, but they're better than anyone else.
But you have to remember something. Again, if it is all done, I doubt it's done fairly, right? But I will tell you that he could kick my ass. Okay, Jake. If we went to a fight and we were the same size, yeah, because he has more experience. But I'm saying to you in terms of an overall. First of all, the people he fight, like if he were to fight Mayweather,
yeah,
he would not be able to touch Mayweather.
He's in Dubai.
Bro, fucking Deji touched him.
Bro, Deji touched him in the eye, and he only got a little bit of inflate.
That's more than anyone has gotten in the past 10 years.
No, man, what are you talking about? If you see his fights before against Canelo and all this,
that was long
time
ago. I'm talking about recently. Logan didn't do it. Conor didn't do it.
Yeah,
Conor didn't do it.
No. But again, you have to remember. Did you watch the fight?
Which one?
Against Deji.
I watched the highlights. It was horrible.
Bro, he was playing with him. He's walking around. Yeah, come on, hit me, swing. So anyway, let's get off that, because again, we're gonna go into something.
But all I'm saying is, like, for someone who has 6 professional fights,
he's done well. Like he's done well, and he's improved, and he's becoming a boxer.
You can't say he's not a boxer.
I never said he wasn't a boxer.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about like the argument.
He's a boxer. He's a boxer, and
he's a boxer, and he's making his way.
And the thing is that he's a boxer, but if he fights someone, like let's say, now he's gone through all celebrities. Come on.
A few left.
Celebrity, yeah.
Celebrities that have credit, yeah.
No, but they're celebrities. Like I mean, isn't you're bringing guys out of retirement to fight him? Yeah.
Yeah, but
Anderson Silva is doing these exhibition fights and this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Let him fight someone like Canelo. Let him fight someone.
Bro, but that's like saying
No,
like someone with 6 professional fights fighting one of the best, maybe the best ever in his weight class. Sorry for not including you in this.
No, I don't know. I don't have anything to add to, but I'm interested. Don't get me wrong. Like,
Canelo is one of the best boxer champions that ever lived. He's multiple weight classes champion.
Wait, like best as in like compared to like Tyson and Muhammad Ali.
Within his weight, he's a lot lighter.
Bro,
okay. He's saying like let him like throw him to him. Like anyone that has 6 professional
let him fight
fights.
Like that guy. Like let's say the 3rd guy who fought Ryan Garcia. Like someone who fought Ryan Garcia or
I
just
think he would beat him.
You think he'd beat Ryan Garcia?
Not Ryan Garcia. You said the 3rd guy that fought
him. Yeah, 3rd guy who fought Ryan Garcia. You know. Anyway,
even Ryan Garcia. I mean, I don't think they're the same weight.
Though. No, they're not.
Yeah.
But I don't know too many of boxing.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
The list.
No one knows anyone that's just starting in boxing.
But I would say he's improved a lot, and Logan and him are big guys. They actually, you can see their body. They have big bones. So when you hit someone, you're gonna make them feel it.
I love Logan Paul.
I
have you seen his his podcast started and his whatever bullshit he was doing before. I never watched. I was in Iran. We didn't have YouTube like that, so I never like got to Logan Paul that way.
Was like their big thing. I remember like
no, but the evolution of the person's
I think
podcast is phenomenal. I love his podcast.
I have again like I don't have a lot to add here, and like I don't want to go too much off topic, so I want you to continue.
Yeah,
but like
thanks,
he did no, but like sorry, the only thing. The only thing I'd say
about footsies, I'm not in this.
You're so far away, bro. Sorry.
Oh no.
All right, let's see.
All right, let me take the cock out.
The only thing I can say about Logan Paul.
That's what was hitting my elbow.
The only thing you on your elbows, man. Like you on elbows in general. No, sorry. The only thing I can say about Logan Paul is that I believe he, in terms of a business mind.
Genius.
He's a genius. Like you respect that because like the shit he does and the way he does the marketing and stuff.
Agree?
No, I think this shit he does like that. Like if there's a fight, like what was it? I think Jake Paul like said something before like a boxing match or something like that, and immediately like he said it. It was like an outrageous shit. Like I think it was like something, and immediately what rolled out? Like the merch for it. You know what I mean? Like everything is a business.
Forget
move.
that last weekend. Apparently, I don't watch WWE, but I know Logan Paul is in it.
WWE.
Yeah.
The wrestling match that's fake.
Yeah. So Logan Paul
he's
is
he's a wrestler in it now.
No.
So last week, apparently they had an event.
Immediately.
They had a match in Saudi last week. It was Logan and some other guy that's apparently the face of the promotion. I don't fucking know who he is. They broke the world record for the most sold pay-per-views internationally. So as a business person,
I respect.
So I'll tell you one thing I think they have going for them, and again we are not talking about the Peeves anymore.
Yeah.
But
no, we will right after. Just continue.
We'll come back to it. But I think what Logan Paul, Jake Paul, all these guys did, which is why a lot of influencers fail, is they don't evolve with their audience.
Exactly.
You know, Vine was for children. A lot of his audience at the time were children. That's why his videos were very idiotic. You know, oh look, I'm a fish, or like they were doing these kind of things.
I still find it funny.
And then no, it is funny. Look, I'm not saying that like, you know, I'm not saying that it's
no,
anything
Vine
negative.
is dead.
It's actually my
No,
comeback.
but you have to remember that someone's planning on bringing it back.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, Elon Musk.
But anyways,
no, he talked to Mr. Beast, and Mr. Beast said that they wanted to do that.
I don't know.
So, the thing is that he took. First of all, if you think about him and KSI, I think this KSI guy also fantastic. Like they did it. I don't know if they have a very good management team or whatnot, but they had the boxing. KSI is actually the reason boxing got so crazy.
KSI and Logan were the first YouTuber boxing.
KSI did it first because I used to
else?
when I was a kid I used to watch KSI all the time.
I watch it now.
Yeah?
I watch Sidemen and like one of those.
And you have to actually notice that a lot of these channels and stuff are becoming like actual TV channels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they evolved with their audience, knowing my audience is getting older. When I was a kid, I used to watch KSI and this called Road to League One, where he'd play FIFA and with his brother, and they'd play online, and they had to get to rank 1. But I got older.
Yeah.
I don't like watching that anymore. Then he went to music, and that's very risky. And luckily enough, he had good music coming out. Yeah. I think what really saved them and propelled them so far was this Rocky story they had.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
if you've seen Rocky, it's like one guy who, you know, starts boxing, and then the other guy who are completely opposites become best friends, and they start a business.
Rocky and Creed, right?
Exactly, Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
Think of it like that. And when Logan Paul had that Japan thing, which at the time I still think that Logan Paul has a screw loose in his head where he doesn't feel remorse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's not a bad thing, because a lot of successful people do have that.
Yeah.
And you have to be cutthroat, you know?
To be successful, it's very close to being a psychopath.
And he was very lucky that he got that fight with Logan, with KSI, and was able to engineer it in a way that he's like, you know, I did do wrong. And I'm...
Yeah.
He exploded after that.
He said that fight saved my career.
Yeah, he exploded.
Yeah.
And that, for me, I think they're very smart. I think Andrew Tate is fucking genius. I think Andrew Tate is a genius, a manipulator, but a genius, and that's what a lot of geniuses are. Because
you know who Andrew Tate is or not?
I know he's getting a lot of like shit.
So
he appeared out of nowhere.
So shortly, let's just explain.
And please go to your pet peeves after that, because I feel like we're
no worries. But I mean, it's interesting. You actually see people online just putting Andrew Tate's name because you get thousands of views just by saying Andrew Tate.
Okay.
Andrew Tate. But
hashtag it on the short clips.
No. But the thing is that, like, you know, he has a very interesting story, and he was also in the media and failed a lot. He used to be in this K1 boxing.
He was a kickboxer, and then he became like a TV personality.
He was in a reality TV show where they travel, and he was broke on the
Big
show.
Big Brother, I think that's a UK show. It's like
Big Brother
or
UK.
something. I think it's like some vibes of like Love Island type of thing, but less love, more douchebag.
So the guy there was, you know, you see him one way, and then again, the evolution of the guy. You know, let's not talk about how he got his money. Let's not talk about this, but he knows what pulls the strings of his audience. He knows where he gets his money from.
Yeah.
And he's able to tap into that. And I think that's a very smart, although a lot of smart people, I could be manipulative to someone who I deem is less intelligent than me. Not that I believe that people are less intelligent, but I believe that other people can take advantage. People can take their advantage of their gullibleness. I'm being woke here, okay? Yeah. But I'm saying to you that is what I see from him and Logan Paul and all these guys, and very, very successful. I wish I could do it. You know, it's.
What are you talking about? We're gonna do it. This podcast, man.
No, but
We're gonna be the next Logan Paul.
I've
Look
told
at his
you-
hair.
No,
He's
no.
Logan Paul right here.
No, but I've told you guys that's not the goal for me here.
Yeah.
I think this is very therapeutic, and I think sitting down and talking and having discussions is very nice. Now back to
the
pet
pet
peeves.
Yeah.
You know what my pet peeve is? The last one is.
What was the second one? I think you just said one.
You just said one.
Did I? Because we
You
went
said
to
one
the
that
You
was your
agreed
dad's,
with
what was it
some I
you-
said.
Oh no, the I. Like people including the I, which I said
Oh,
similar
okay,
to him.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but
We're
that-
definitely listening to you.
that could be that could be the one. And I think the last pet
Not
peeve.
listening.
No, this is not a pet peeve.
No,
I'm actually thinking of it in my head. And I'm
Oh.
like, this is not a pet peeve.
All right, can you get on with it, bro? We don't have all day.
Okay, I'll tell you. Pet peeve for me would be people who can't stand up. Like in a discussion, they just go with the
Bro,
flow.
some people in a wheelchair, you know.
Oh! They can't stand up. They can't stand up. Or they don't have an opinion. They
First
don't-
with the one-legged hopping Pixar
was
jokes,
good
and
one,
now
yeah, but
wheelchair
no,
jokes.
no.
Okay, I see how it is.
No,
All
no,
right, okay.
but that was a good one. Fuck, I fell into that one because
Yeah.
I don't have legs.
Or-
found it. Can't get up.
No, but honestly, people that are
I'm
like
stuck.
the definition of, they can't stand up for themselves.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be confronting someone, but like, they're willing to go with the wind and they don't really have an opinion on anything. I think that's a huge.
So you mean all women when it comes to deciding for restaurants?
Yes. But that for me,
I
it's. But is it a pet peeve? Would you say it's a pet peeve?
You find it annoying when someone doesn't have a fucking backbone. That like you just like bro like stand up and fucking like speak out, like say something. Like I believe because you have a younger brother, that I believe that's what rooted from like that like kind of like fed your pet peeve, because like you always want to make sure that your brother stands up. I'm not saying he doesn't stand up for
No,
himself,
I get you.
but I
I'm
think
trying
that's
to
what
just,
that's where it rooted from, like because like you always want him to speak out and be a strong personality. So what you don't like people with weak personality, but I would tell you that like you're gonna have a fucking hard, like obviously
I do
like
have a hard.
you have a hard ass fucking time, because like a lot of people have weak personality. Like people just don't know how to fucking stand up for them. So this goes back to the previous podcast when we were talking about bullying. Like a lot of people get bullied because they prefer to just not stand up for them. So and just like fucking, and they can brush it up. It actually affects them, but they're just trying to like.
I wouldn't say
fucking-
I wouldn't say weak in the sense of being confrontational. Like they're not willing to stand up for themselves in that sense, but like a simp. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get
like,
what you
mean.
like,
Okay.
like,
Because
like,
what you were saying, I don't agree with at all.
no, because that
Yeah.
that
No,
was
I
very
thought-
confrontational. Meaning like,
Yeah,
like
like
the guy won't be able to physically be able to stand up for
Yeah, because a
himself.
lot of things.
Physically
lead
is
to
the
that.
wheelchair part. like
Fuck my life.
Well, I guess we got our Instagram clip for this episode.
No, but you do get what I mean. Like,
Stuck in a ditch. He's like, oh, I'm stuck. And this all pulls out their dick, start fucking him in the ass. Like, Pornhub.
yo.
You know the Pornhub. Faiza, you know the Pornhub stuck category? That's what I meant.
oh, okay, but why was there a ditch and the guy's like, I've fallen.
How is you going to get stuck in a wheelchair? You're going to eat yourself to that point? Like,
How do you get stuck in a wheelchair?
other than like falling in a ditch. Yeah.
Stuck in a wheelchair?
Oh, okay. I thought like the guy
Am I
like
being
just
too
fell
weird?
down with pants down. Like, oh no.
No, I mean, he doesn't have legs. It's not like he's going to run away. Just take his pants down.
Pet peeves. So what is your third?
So I've said.
No, yeah,
so-
People in wheelchair. People
I just don't like people who can stand, man.
Disabled people.
No.
Does that include retarded? Or?
But again,
Yeah.
I think it's honestly, and I've seen it. I've seen it when it comes to the opposite sex. Someone can't stand up to the opposite sex or are scared of making them upset. So
Isn't
they,
that like how every abusive relationship starts?
no, but that could lead to it, right? That could lead,
Yeah.
and for me, it's like if I see, that's why, because I've seen a lot of my friends being taken advantage of by people, and they're not willing to make an issue about it. Doesn't have to be physical. Doesn't have to be this, but you see that the person is using you. You know the person's using you, but you're like, oh, it's easier for me to just let him be a parasite or her be a parasite.
Can I
She's
give an
the parasite.
example?
No, or he. Both sides can happen. Like he or she is the parasite. Like the person who's like not standing up is not the parasite. The other person is just fucking feeding off of them. Can I make a comment? Like again, like there's this show that I told you about, the 911.
Yeah.
And like it's such a good show, and it was talking about like it was
I
showing
think
a
you
whole
added one extra one to it.
911. Like I was referring to it.
Okay.
That one. Like
Okay.
um
English 101.
one.
Episode 1.
In that show, it was showing an abusive relationship, and like it was talking about how like the woman was so afraid to leave because like the guy was like fucking batshit crazy, and it like I was trying like I don't know, I think you were talking about it or you were saying it. It's so hard. Like some people, like God forbid any of us or anyone we know is like that, but like it's so hard for we were talking about the feminist thing. Okay. It's actually so hard if the guy is the one that's being abused to like be hurt because of the culture, because of society now. Yeah. Because woman, like Amber Heard, Johnny Depp one actually like kind of like flipped the fucking coin.
She shat on his bed.
She was bad. Like that's.
You know what's really funny? The Mexican house manager. Like I remember that someone said like there's like a text where where he goes like the manager sends the photo of the poop on the bed. And he goes,
I remember that.
he goes,
It's a dog.
Yeah, she's like, it's the dog, and it's like I don't think like it's bigger than the dog.
You see the dog is like this because like shut up.
Bro, that whole court case. If you, because I didn't watch the whole
full thing.
I
watched the highlights of it.
My mom was glued to it, man. She used to, and then when I told her the verdict, she like flipped out, and I was like,
"Really?
How does it affect your life?" My mom was celebrating. She's like, "Oh my god, you know."
Oh, flipped out in a good way.
Like expecting her to win.
Like in the beginning, my mom didn't know because look, honestly,
of course, you just see the titles in the news.
A lot of people believe that Johnny Depp was abusive and everything like that.
Not after
you
that
can't
court.
be that famous and no one have something bad to say to you unless you are a saint. And everyone was like, he has a drinking problem, he has this, but he's never done anything to a woman.
He was making coke jokes the whole fucking. No, but like I watched the highlights of it. Legit, they can make a comedy show out of this. Like you know how they make.
They will make a movie of it. They will make a movie 100%.
They made a series out of it, didn't they?
Did they?
I think.
No, not yet.
Not yet, or it's coming out or something. I saw something on Twitter. I'm not sure.
What I don't get is those videos they had that like either she or he they were like filming each other and they clearly knew they were filming each other, and like the whole like.
No, because because Nat watched literally every minute to seconds of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I asked that, and she was like, they agreed because they were going through like some tough shit, and they agreed that they would start filming each other to kind of like because like one of I'm kind of.
That's like putting on a performance, no?
No, because they were like, let's just no.
Dude, you know his mom died.
One of the parts that she was filming was because his mom died. He was drinking, and then she was
getting up in his face.
Yeah, she was like, "What are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
Yeah,
what the fuck is happening?"
And he's like, "You want a confrontation?" Like for me, that was so. But you see, that's the scary thing, right? Like her own video made a reversal towards her.
That's what I'm saying. Like that case actually flipped the coin, but like. To be honest with you, like there was this case where this college football player was like going to the NFL.
Kudos, what are you doing here?
Oh my god, how did he get here? He was going from like Skype. That's so pre-corona. We Zoom now.
Yeah, what happened to Skype? Also,
it
another
still
discussion.
Exists. Like Skype business, actually, you can do it. Like a lot of like if you talk to like other countries, they do Skype.
Sorry guys, we had an issue with the memory card, so we're just gonna jump right back into the shit on the bed story.
I was talking about like how there was this case about this like college football player who was like on his way to be drafted by the NFL.
I think I heard about this. Yeah.
And like this woman was like, "Oh, he raped me." Right, and he went to prison, and then they found out that he actually didn't do anything. She was just trying to get money because he was gonna like make it, and like obviously they took the woman's side. I'm not saying that
the story is a bit different than this. He didn't go to prison.
One I'm talking about, he did. He
went to jail. It's different. Jail and prison are different.
Oh, so he got like a criminal record, so he wouldn't be drafted
and
after that.
Also, they dropped his scholarship. They kicked him out of university. Although he had text messages that clearly showed that
Consent.
they had plans that they went out drinking. They were both under the influence, but and this happened about a year after they had sex. So apparently, the story goes that she was telling her friends that she was intoxicated and she slept with this guy. And all her friends were like in this like woke culture were like, oh, that's considered rape because you were intoxicated. And then she comes out. But this is the story I heard at least. Wow.
I don't remember details. You might be right, but like,
at the end,
I'm not. By the way, it happens that the guy is abusive and everything. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
that
specific
case.
I just remember the whole feminist thing we were talking about. It kind of like at the same time gives too much power for like. The power shift is not balanced in no way because like now women are always being heard and men are being dismissed. So in no way the guy's gonna be heard about like, oh, I'm being if a guy is in an abusive relationship as the woman is beating her, if he goes to the police and says something, right, she'll be like, no, he was trying to like fucking like sexually abuse me and I was fighting him off. Whose side do you think they're gonna take?
The thing is, the police policy in U.S., from what I understand, is that when there is any claim of abuse in general in one household, like if they're married or living together, whatever, is that separate them. Usually they keep the guy in jail till they clarify the situation. But obviously that goes too far sometimes. Like with this guy, after I think about a year of going to court, they said that he's innocent because they had texts and everything. But still, he lost his scholarship.
He lost a year, man, of his life.
No, he didn't get drafted anymore. He lost his career.
He didn't get drafted to an NFL.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
his whole life got changed.
No. That's that. Again, I think that's a problem that, again. So I think why it was so important for Johnny Depp was that he was such a big profile, and rather than them just sweeping it under the rug, they exposed it for being
because he was losing millions of dollars.
Man, everyone dropped him. Disney dropped him. All this company. The only people that kept him was Dior.
Yeah.
Like the only people that
Shout
kept him was Dior.
Like,
yeah, honestly.
Pirates of Caribbean lost like
they canceled the movie.
Of
a
course.
movie that was shot already.
Really? I don't
know. It was shot. It wasn't edited.
No, but he said he's not gonna go back. Like after all this, he's like, I'm done with it.
Imagine she used to. So I was.
She must have
the Harry Potter
pussy.
No,
I'm just saying.
The Harry Potter movies.
The crazier,
man,
the crazier, the better. You know what I mean? But
I'm sorry, like, because he stayed in that relationship for a long time.
But he also had, he himself had substance abuse for years.
I understand. But if someone takes a shit in your bed and you still stay with them, that pussy is fire.
No, by the way, you know his mom was abusive to his dad.
Yeah.
That's a fucked up thing. Like imagine like you go like childhood trauma, reliving it as your own like personal experience.
Well,
like
that's
not
the thing
just,
they say. Like when you're in a hurt environment, even subconsciously, majority of times
you're attracted to.
You end up again in a very similar situation.
Yeah, exactly. But the only person I don't have sympathy for that is Will Smith.
Fuck that guy. I'm never watching a single movie of his again.
I hate Will Smith now. Actually, I never really liked him, but
I was really mad at the wife. The wife, like, kind of like I'm not defending.
That's my pet peeve. Will Smith is the embodiment of my pet peeve.
No,
his wife is the devil.
No, like I'm saying, like I'm not saying like justifying what he did, but he obviously overreacted and did some like slapping Chris Rock and everything, right?
Yeah,
it was Chris Rock, right?
Yeah.
So he like slapped him and all that. That's fucked up. Right?
It was great for Chris Rock, though.
It was publicity was, but the day after, imagine you embarrass yourself. Like you just got like such like backlash from like everyone, right? And literally the day after, the person you stood up for, your wife, goes online and says like, "Oh, he's a fucking idiot," like for doing that shit.
No,
like
not even that.
Trash him.
No, not even that. She literally They had this rapper who was like suicidal or something like that. Will Smith brought him to his house. August something.
Red Table Talk, right?
I have no idea.
No, the open relationship. He's talking about the open relationship.
Okay. It wasn't an
open
open relationship. At the time, he didn't even know they were cheating. So he was a rapper that stayed in their house.
It was an entanglement, as she put
it.
And
it wasn't cheating. But just look at it. Like his name has been dragged through the mud. She literally says like things that, hey, we both did things wrong and stuff like that. And then talks about how like even the kids were like, she used to keep the love letter she had for Tupac and all this kind of stuff and talk about he's a real man. And how can you be like, for me, if I was Will Smith, actually I'd never be Will Smith's friend because of that. Because I wouldn't be able to stand sitting beside my friend who's just constantly eating shit. And then I remember when he slapped Chris Rock, he went on stage and goes, when you have all this stuff and, there's powers to be, P. Diddy told me this. No, you have a very small character as a man, as a person.
I think he ruined his name for a while, unless he divorced the devil woman.
No, but again, that might be legal things because they might have not have a prenup and stuff. But I don't know, but that's
she's
the thing.
Rich too. She's a movie.
She's a failed movie star. She's in 3 movies. Bro.
Will Smith career compared Fresh Prince itself. I'm pretty sure he's still getting loyalty from that shit.
Concussion or whatever that movie's called. Focus.
That was a good movie to be honest.
Which one?
Focus.
Focus was with the girl that played Joker's girl.
Margot Robbie.
That was nothing.
Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Concussion.
Concussion was a good movie. Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah, but I think it's overrated to be honest.
iRobot.
iRobot was very good.
iRobot, the dog scene. Oh my god.
No, iRobot is different. I Am Legend. That's I Am Legend.
Legend. Yeah.
What the fuck is? iRobot is a good movie too, but I Am Legend is a fucking good movie.
For me, it's better because of the dog.
But the thing is that the dog for me, animals just.
Any guy I know has either gotten emotional about it or I legit cried.
Man, I watched it with my mom. I remember when it came out of the cinema. And me and her were sitting in the cinema, and we were just both tearing up. And we're like, that poor dog.
Yeah, but honestly, when there are dogs involved, have you seen that new? Well, it's not new. It's been out for a couple of months.
Don't say Hachiko. Don't say Hachiko, bro.
Wait, what?
Hachiko? Have you not? Okay, don't say.
Is that a Japanese thing?
Don't watch Hachiko.
Sounds like Japanese.
It's a true story. It's a true story.
Japanese?
Yeah, it's about what's the dog name? Something like that. It's a very famous Japanese dog. In Shinjuku Square, I think, there's a statue of the dog. And this dog, okay? So imagine, a professor used to go every day to the train station, okay? He was a professor. The dog used to go with him every day to the train station. He went to the train station, had a heart attack at the university, never came back. Dog went every day waiting for him. Went for 7 to 8 years every day. He died waiting for him. And in the movie, you watch the dog, the family gives him away because they have to. They're bastards. They're pieces of shit that all should burn. Yeah. You see the dog limping. His day, he's dying. He's limping to the train station.
You're limping again. Okay.
No, but dude, I'm not even joking about this, right? Yeah. That dog needs to get an Oscar. So it's super old. Bro, and imagine, yeah. Imagine the daughter of the professor sees the dog on the street and goes, "Oh, Hachiko, whatever his name is, Hachiko. It's so long I haven't seen you. Okay, bye."
What the fuck?
If I found my dog that's been with my father and all this kind of stuff, I'd keep that dog.
I can't talk about the movie I was talking about after that story. Fuck that.
Don't watch it, man.
Yeah, no, I can't do that.
I don't watch Money Heist because it's in Spanish, so I'm not gonna watch a Japanese movie. So.
It's in English. It's an American movie, bro.
You just said it's Japanese.
It's based on a real dog in Japan.
And the movie's shot in the States or
It's shot in Japan, but it's in English.
It's in English, as in there's
It's in English, not the guy go hello, how are you?
No, as in their mouth
Richard Gere is in it, bro.
No, their mouth is moving, and then all of a sudden some white dude's
I had. No one's talking. It's the dog. You just see the dog. His life.
The whole movie is a fucking dog.
Yeah, and people around the dog. So there's a family that goes.
Did you not listen to the story?
I get it, but I thought there'd be some build up of people around it.
I mean, the dog is the focal point of the story.
Yeah, I understand that, but
it's not him chasing cats.
But in the movie they switch it. They make it an American professor that went to Japan.
Okay, yeah, of course, yeah.
Richard Gere, bro.
But if you want a lighter movie, there's a Channing Tatum one with a dog. That
called Power of Dog.
I don't know the name, but was that a joke or an actual guess?
I was guessing Power of Dog or something.
No, but it's like a military dog that they give it to him to take it to the funeral of the owner.
Yeah.
And it's a cross country thing. The dog has PTSD. Channing Tatum has PTSD. So
the dog has PTSD.
You didn't know the war dogs get PTSD? Bro, they get shell shock.
If a complex brain
I can imagine
human can get PTSD.
So I can imagine that a dog gets scared and is a little bit agitated, aggressive and stuff. But I can't imagine the dog waking up in the middle of the night. Oh!
No, but abused dogs.
The gunshots.
They're coming. No, but if abused dogs have PTSD,
you wake up and your dog has a fucking knife in its mouth.
Bite the Japanese. Bite the Japanese.
Japanese.
Hiroshima. That was real.
I don't think they send up with dogs, man.
and they couldn't run away when the bombs were coming. So like,
Oh my god, man.
Was that insensitive?
No, it's just I'm imagining, you know, in Japan, there's like a bunch of bushes and then a guy with a fucking dog there on his chest. Get him!
they're morphed together because of the fucking radiation.
Yeah, radiation's funny.
I mean,
No, but
we can talk about it. We had it in Iran.
I don't know.
Had or have?
There's still some kids come out retarded in the south because of
Hey,
Iraq.
isn't Bardia from the south?
No, but like most people are retarded anyway, so like they can count on that.
Wow.
Pet peeves.
Yeah,
Korosh,
what's your-
can
Our
you tell
country
me?
is burning down and he's shitting on them, calling them retarded.
No,
Korosh,
people in
can you
general
tell
are-
us about your pet peeves?
Yeah.
I actually...
I don't know what pet peeves are.
No, like... Okay, all right. Okay, cunt faces.
That's rude.
Yes, I meant it that way.
Oh.
Wasn't endearing like thing.
My dear cunt. So I'm addressing you.
So the things you guys said, some of it like pisses me off, but the worst thing for me is speakerphones in public. Like when they start talking on the phone and they put on a speaker when you're standing in line in a coffee shop. That legit.
So fucking specific. That's a good one.
Yeah, but that boys like I want to kill people when that happens. Like I remember once we were in, I think it was either Atlantis or Wild Wadi. We were standing in line, and you know those lines sometimes like 45 minutes, hour and a half or something. Like when it's super busy and you're too poor to buy the fast pass. Yeah,
Fast track.
Oh, you would know.
Bro, what a change. Fast pass, fast track.
I'm just.
Oh, sorry,
telling you
kus
what
and
the-
kus. Yeah.
Everyone says that's so funny. Haha.
Yeah.
I fucking love that clip. By the way, I watched
Yeah,
it.
But yeah, that for me, that's the one thing I can think of. Other than that, it's like not
You
putting
had-
indicators. Like,
You had all this time.
but you guys
we were
mentioned
talking-
pretty good ones. The thing is, I have anger issues,
I
so
was about
like,
to say, everything for him is a pet peeve.
yeah, so like I can't really distinguish like 1, 2, 3. It's just everything. So
I'll say 4 things, okay?
go, all of
And
them.
if they piss you off,
All right,
you have anger issues.
I have anger issues, but okay,
No, but
we
we'll
all do.
we'll clinically like diagnose you right now, okay?
okay, go on.
First one,
Yes,
loud breathing,
no, I'm okay with that.
because you have an issue with breathing, right?
No, I've just been friends with Barry for so long. He breathes like a
I
fucking
have a
dragon.
broken
Bro, in the
nose,
fucking
bro.
car, man, I was like,
Get it fixed. When he's not talking, it's so much worse.
it sounds like he's talking with the.
bro,
Is that one of your pet peeves? I feel like you noticed
Bro,
it.
no,
more.
in the
so
car, I was sitting
playing
here
Call
like,
of Duty with you, like online,
the
when you
enemy,
have
bro,
your
you know,
fucking
now they
headset
have,
on, or
bro, now
whatever.
they have proximity chat. They'll hear him coming
Amongst
from a mile away.
Amongst us with Bardia is like a fucking dragon, like he's just like sitting in the next room.
No, but you know, I was playing Call of Duty, and apparently now people can hear your mic. So I was talking to myself, and the guy goes, "Shut up," and then it shoots me, and I'm like, "Bro, we're gonna lose. We're body." Bro, I think it's.
I have a broken nose, bro.
Fix
One
it.
of my nostrils
Fucking
doesn't
fix
fucking
it.
work. So like, yeah, like all that breathing.
Just
is
like
on
your pet
one.
peeves, improve yourself. Okay?
Yeah,
Look at this.
you know how I can fucking.
And
improve,
no one
like-
has told you this is fine. Like no one is
No,
supporting
I
you.
know it's not fucking fine because sometimes like people are, bro. So many times in the office, like Bruce was like, "Yo, you good?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like,
Chill the fuck out. Yeah.
"You're."
Sounds like a 747 taking off.
Or going down, depending on depending on
Okay,
who's,
so
who's on board.
Let me continue others. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
that
love
one.
how the first thing he mentions is like what Bardia does. Is that your fucking pet peeve? like,
He's just going through his own list. He's
yeah,
like,
like, I was in the car with Bardia. A couple of things I
Yeah.
No,
realized.
actually, you know, to be honest, you're one of the very few people that like I can sit down with for like maybe 4 or 5 days straight and not get tired of the person.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like for me, if I go out with a friend, he's my friend. But
and
no, let me finish. So you guys, I said you guys.
no, you don't.
I don't know if I did.
No, you didn't, but it's fine. Like now he corrected.
No,
himself.
because
That's-
you're saying you have the nose issue and it's bothering me. It doesn't. You know what I mean? So that okay. Let's think of another one, right?
people
that
cutting
walks-
in line.
That's everyone, man. Fucking hates. No one goes like, yeah, dude, fucking do it.
No, some
Cut
people
in
are like,
me.
yo, fucking cut in or anything. Like for me, I don't cut in lines because I know if someone does, I will fucking lose it.
Oh my god, I
But
forgot
I
the
say it,
best, bro.
so, like-
bro, the best pet peeve. And this is my one.
Get closer to the mic. Yeah. No,
Best
pull your
pet
chair
peeve.
closer. No.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
bend
that's
over.
fine. No, I'll bring him close to me. Okay.
Or that. Yeah.
The best pet peeve when someone reads my messages.
That's just being an asshole.
No,
like.
no. I know people that actually like go,
Wait, you mean when your
What do
phone
you
is on the table and they
or
just
when you're like
see
this
it?
and they're sitting beside it and they go, Like I've seen people go like just to lean.
No, what the fuck? No, if someone's on their phone and everything, I actually like purposely kind of like. It's like being an ATM and someone's like over your shoulder while you put your pin.
That's very different.
I know guys like
robbing the
like,
person.
no, but I know guys that actually like you're on your phone and they just want to see like and it's not something for you to beat the guy up, you know, but it's like
No, but you can embarrass them very easily. It's like, oh, do you like what you see?
I've said that many times. I'm like,
No,
yeah,
you'd be
listen,
like,
if
"Do
you want.
mind?"
But wait,
No, I've never done it like
No,
that.
I've said that.
No,
like,
because I've said to people like, listen, man, I think that's very rude. They're looking at my messages, you know.
guys, can I be honest? I think you guys have more anger issues than I do.
I have-
These
we
don't
all
really
know I have
piss me
fucking
off that much.
No, but his one was like when someone cuts in front of you. It's like, hey man, you know my pet peeve when someone stabs me.
Thing is, the cutting in front of you, like,
No, I mean, no. I was just mentioning for him, not saying like that's a pet peeve
no,
for me.
that
like,
doesn't work for me.
Wait, what? No, one thing. If someone reads your message, and then, what was it? No, that doesn't make sense because I've done that. I don't like hypocrites. That's one thing for me. I don't like hypocrites. Like I was gonna say something that I'm like.
I don't
you know
think
what,
anyone goes around with like, oh, I love
No,
hypocrites. Like, I
as-
love to hang out with them. You know,
Oh, I don't mind hypocrites. You know,
yeah, come to me. Like,
thugs.
No, it's like
love them.
Like it's like saying like, oh, I hate being sick, and everyone's like, oh, nobody loves being sick. No, like, as in, if some like for example, if you were like, oh, I don't like it when, for example, I don't like it when people cut in line. Cut like when I'm in the line, people cut in line, and then you go ahead and do exactly the same thing. You know what I mean? I don't like it when someone states something that they don't like, and then exactly do the same thing because you're a fucking hypocrite.
I think for me, it's very UAE specific. Is when they flash you in the highway,
Oh.
knowing that there's a car in front of you. For me, it's fine if I'm going slow in a lane that I'm not supposed to,
Yeah,
and they flash me instead of beeping. That's fine.
Yeah.
But if you see there's 15 cars in front of me and I can't go any faster, and you flash me, all I'm gonna do is fuck with you and press the brake till I reach 30 kilometers an hour.
It's called brake check. That's a
No,
very good
brake check is when you press the brake and let go just so they freak out.
Yeah.
I drop my speed to 30 kilometers an hour in the middle of 130 kilometers.
You
can
can
get
get
fined.
fined for that.
Yeah, worth it.
All right.
one. Whoa.
Yeah.
Thank you for paying for the government. Well, I guess. No
That's
wonder
it.
we're building so
Honestly,
many new
I'm gonna pay the bills. I'll wait 2 years till they get discounted. But
You can't renew your license if you don't pay them.
yeah, you know what's the fine for not having an expired license?
500 dirhams.
No, 10 dirhams a day for every day you're late.
No, the registration for the car. He means you can't renew.
You can't
it.
get your car registered again.
Get it
Really
under your
hectic.
dad's name. Problem solved.
Yeah, and then your dad has to pay for it. Like, still the money goes out. Like,
No, for the registration, yeah. For the fine is you can say it was this individual and just take it off the insurance and
Oh,
just
okay.
drive without insurance. Yeah, I've worked this out, guys. I've done this enough. But yeah, that for me, that's something that like boils my blood. Depends. If I'm in a good mood, I do it to get joy out of it.
yeah.
Like what I used to do is like, imagine the guy comes behind me and flashes the light. I'll speed up a little bit till I see there's a car beside them, so they can't go to the right lane. And then I start slowing down and matching the speed of this car. So they're just stuck behind
Yeah,
me.
I've done that.
And then what they usually do is they go behind that car, try to go from a third lane.
And then you speed
I
up.
speed up.
Yeah.
They come behind me, I'll do it. I did this to someone on the way to Abu Dhabi for 45 minutes.
Can you say that again? Abu what?
Abu Dhabi?
Abu Dhabi?
Dhabi.
I'm
Abu
sorry.
Dhabi, man.
I'm sorry, okay?
No.
You fucking half
You
Iranian
know
sitting
what?
here.
And what else I do? You know what else I
Choke
do?
on that mic.
I fucking like. It's not like on a highway, like 120 kilometer one, but like I do it like on, like the 80 kilometer one when someone's like flashing me. And
Oh,
they're
I have
getting
another pet
pissed
peeve.
off.
You're driving. Specific. Is that pet peeve or like?
Yeah, he's like very specific, but
That's
yeah,
a
I get
hate
it.
crime kind of pet peeve, you know? Like,
No,
I
he
don't like
fucking
running.
hates my driving.
Everyone knows whatever the speed is on the road, you go 20 kilometers above
I do
in
that.
UAE.
I do that.
You do not do that.
I do
Don't
that.
you dare. I'm gonna video you and fucking publish it everywhere I
Alright.
can. I'm gonna pay for advertisements so people see this.
Okay.
Have you seen Badia?
Bro, like before
you seen
the
him on
Do
Shazam?
this wildlife.
before the last podcast, right? We're coming from the gym to my house to shoot the first episode. He's behind me, Sheikh Zayed Road. He's going between 98 to 102 kilometers. Then we get stuck in traffic for 20 minutes. Then we go to Sakim. I'm just ready to like fucking
Slingshot.
go like if it's 110, go 109.9. I see him. He's going fucking somewhere between 85 to 95 and just staying like I changed lane to go somewhere that the lane is empty. He stays behind the truck. He's just,
No,
Oh, look.
I'm a very relaxed driver. So no, but
You're
like
a cunt.
but when I drive, I'm out. No, because first of all, I didn't know the way, so I was like going more slow. But and I get your point. Like I sometimes do that because like I do, like I am do that. But, no, but like no, but like I'm a relaxed driver. Like I'm chill. Like I go whatever speed limit I want. Like I'm chill. I don't go to a fucking this fastest speed lane and go slow. I go like one to the right, but. Yeah, I was gonna
He
say,
so doesn't care about this.
you know what I do to fucking like
Sitting
piss
there
someone
doing
off,
rings.
like other than the whole slowing down thing.
Yeah, you're driving.
What do you call it? The window wipers, like
The window wipers.
windshield wipers. Like,
Okay.
I do that so the person behind me, the water fucking goes on them. So imagine the guy's pissed off, and then the water keeps fucking like the one in the back when you turn.
Can I
on,
be
the
honest,
water
bro? That means your adjustment is off. It's not supposed to go over your roof. It's
No,
supposed to
when
hit your
the
window.
wind is blowing, it does go
Oh,
back, and
okay.
even the one in the back, like when you turn the
It's like
windshield
when it
to the
rains
back,
in Faisal's head.
and when you do the windshield, what the fuck?
I didn't even hear what he said, but I'm just gonna laugh. It's so
No.
funny.
Especially the one for the back, like rear window. Like when you turn that on, all the water fucking goes to the other person's car. So you see them like mad, like fucking flashing, beeping, and all of a sudden there's just water droplets, and he has to constantly do that shit.
So what's the conclusion? We all have anger issues?
Yeah, of course.
I
Great.
think we're very angry
I feel.
individuals.
Why? Why do you
think I
think the
was
cause
loved
of it is?
I don't think it was loved enough.
I mean,
You want to expand on that, or are you just gonna leave it there?
Other episode.
other episode?
in the next episode.
Why-
I think
why
we're
do you
easily
think you-
agitated. I think agitated, and I think we're not the kind of people to wear it on our sleeve. Or is that the right term?
Yeah.
I mean,
Is that
yeah,
the right
but
term?
like, it's not normal, right? Majority of people aren't like us.
So apparently, if you are someone who, like, if someone's eating and with their mouth open or mouth closed, and you get pissed off about it, it's because you're insecure.
About
There was some shit like that. Someone was saying that if you get agitated by someone's breathing or something like that, it's because you are insecure.
No.
The
I'm
only
just
way I
saying-
can
I'm pretty sure mine is genetics. My grandfather, like my dad's dad, passed away because he was such a fucking angry person. He gave himself a fucking heart attack.
no,
Like,
a
he
lot of
legit is genetic. My dad is something gets frustrated very easily. Like I know it's like,
no, but
because
I
he was-
think the only way I can kind of digest what he said is like with the mouth open thing, right? Imagine when you're a child, like my parents were very strict about this. You chew with your mouth closed
Yeah.
and you don't speak with your mouth full.
Yeah.
So that becomes like a repetitive thing in your mind. So then because that was so strict on you, you apply
You
the same
project it.
thing to other people.
everyone else. Yeah.
Yeah,
I get
I
that.
think by is that what you mean by insecurity?
Not by insecure. Like, I feel like it's. So I think what the idea was is that you're so absorbed with how you are projected by people. Yeah. You project yourself, But honestly, for me, you eating loud and stuff like that is, noise is a pollution. I've always believed that. So if you're sitting with people, or you're working in an office and you're going like,
Can I be honest? Noise pollution wasn't something that like was debatable. It's an actual thing. Like
No,
the
but
way you said
no,
I
but
believe
have
in it, like
I
it's
have
an
a
actual
problem with
thing.
fucking
Noise
noise.
pollution.
honestly, I have shitty ass memory. Did I say I believe that noise is a pollution?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, I do believe it is
Yeah.
pollution, and it is actually energy being transferred out, so it is a gas, whatever.
No. Yeah.
Very
But,
asshole.
but yeah, no, but like I have a problem. It's not like noises do bother me. Like I feel like compared to my age, like I'm sensitive to some things that like I shouldn't be. Like sound, like the refrigerator sound. You know that like
I'm
no-
really good with repetitive sounds, like fridge, MRI machine.
those
like
stuff like
puts me right to sleep.
I
no
got
for
stuck in
me
an
like
MRI.
I get
You got
so fucking.
I'm sorry, this is
frustrated.
funny. How did you get stuck in an MRI machine?
Yeah, I didn't hear that. What?
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
I know,
no,
I
I'm
know
with
that's
it.
one of your
Let's
pet
get
peeves,
on
but
with it.
we need some funny shit in
Yeah.
this episode.
So,
So the limping part wasn't funny.
so my
Wheelchair.
discs. So I have like 3 of my discs that are completely crushed, and
I got 2.
yeah, nice.
Almost,
Crush brothers.
almost there. Yeah.
I had to go to an MRI place, and the MRI machine was, I don't know, made for midgets. Some shit like
Is
that.
that the closed MRI one or the open one?
It's a closed one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the old ass one, bro. And
Yeah, it's like a
And-
tomb. You
and
just-
because your discs are like in the middle of your body,
yeah.
they actually have to like put you head first in.
Yeah.
So, funny enough, I was standing now because my
stuck.
Courage appears on I'll get you out.
so
Grab onto this.
No, but the thing is that it was actually it was like that because I had to get this MRI done.
You know
so
how
I can
Batman throws the rope with the thing at the end? I'll just throw my dick in and grab it.
That's funny because there wasn't, bro. I'm telling you, I went into this MRI machine and there was a poor specialist there. This guy, I feel so bad for him. So I walk into the room and I'm wearing that, that you have to wear special clothes to go into the MRI machine.
What, like the robe or like
the robe? Yeah, but you can wear underwear.
The one that
and
your
stuff.
ass is hanging out.
Yeah,
or?
that's why I said you can wear underwear.
Oh,
So I go into the machine.
they never told me that.
Yeah, they just like to look at it, to be honest, And I
Parties
stand.
on all
Bro, imagine
floors,
that. So the guy looks at my name. He's like, "Oh, face up, please come in." And he just sees like the shadow, like the light has been blocked, and he goes, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "So just take, put the slippers on and like sit on the machine." And I'm like, "Man, I can tell you already, I'm not gonna fit in there, yeah." And he's like, "No, we'll push you in." And I'm like,
putting lube on your
"Bro,
stomach.
no, he wasn't even doing that. He was just like, we'll try it. Like, just lie down and cross your arms." And
You put lube over it.
man,
Thanks for stealing my joke, but okay.
just he never said it. Just
He
delete
said
it. Like,
lube on the stomach.
no, but I'm saying like delete
sorry, I
that.
didn't hear it.
I'm joking. Jesus.
He's gonna sue your ass.
Yeah.
So imagine, like,
Amber heard you. Shit on you, bed.
so imagine this guy just tells me, lie down, we'll get it sorted, don't worry. Which discs do you need to check? So it's the lower spine.
Yeah.
Wait, he asked you, the specialist?
No. So he was looking at the thing. Like there's a report and says we need to get this checked. And I'm all alone. No family came with me, nothing like that. And I'm sitting there, and already, so people tell me that sitting in a MRI is claustrophobic.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you're claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
lucky enough.
and I've never been claustrophobic, but there have been times in my life where, like when I was playing American football, like the whole team just landed on my helmet.
Remember?
Yeah. And I for a second I felt like my helmet was gonna crush, and I freaked out. Bro, I get into the MRI machine, and so I'm lying down. There's light coming in from the opening at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then I just keep going in, and I'm like, man, my shoulders are stuck. Like I can't even get in. He's like, no, just wrap your arms like this.
Yeah.
Like you're going down a water slide. Yeah. And
like a
don't
vampire
move,
in
bro.
a
And
fucking
don't
tomb.
move at all. So I go inside. He puts me all the way in, and until my ribs. Yeah. So like a little bit lower to where my belly button is and stuff. I go all the way in. Bro, when I'm going in, my shoulders and my arms are rubbing onto the sides.
Yeah.
So when I'm inside, I can't move anymore. I'm stuck.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm actually stuck, and I start like
Panicking. Pressing the button or no?
no, bro. I had the button, but I tell you what happens, yeah.
Couldn't reach it.
So, no. Listen, yeah. So I'm in it, and I realize that I can't breathe because it's closing my rib cage.
Oh my god.
And the guy goes, "I'm sorry." He goes, "Sir, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, it's good. How long do I need to be in here?" And he's like,
20 minutes.
"Just 40 minutes."
Oh my god.
And I'm like, "Okay."
It was an old one,
No,
so
but I'm like, okay. And like I was thinking maybe because
Standing
I'm
there hand churning the MRI machine.
no, I was thinking maybe because of my fat, it has to really force its way to get to the
That's
it's
not
a
how waves
drill.
work.
Bro, you never know. Like I could be the best fucking muffler of that shit. So I'm sitting in there, man, and then the MRI machine starts heating up.
Yeah.
So if I wasn't hitting the sides, it wouldn't feel the heat up. So I start sweating in there, and then I realize, okay, I don't want to be in here anymore.
Yeah.
And I realize that I want to press the button, but the blood to my arms is gone. So I can't feel my hands. And then a burning sensation comes because all the blood has gone down here and my arms have no feeling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey man, hey bro, how much longer? He's like, please stop moving, otherwise I have to do it all over again.
Yeah.
And then like, I don't know, man, I'm getting pains everywhere and stuff like that. I'm like, man, I can't feel my arms. I'm going numb. Yeah? And I'm trying to press it. I'm like, bro, I'm actually trying to press the button. Yeah, I swear to God that. And the fucker put bird noises to relax me. And it sounds like vultures are over me. And I'm about
dog? Who gives
no, but they're supposed to be relaxing music. It's like it's supposed to
Sir, I
be.
play that for my dog when I leave the house. I put it on TV like
I was a dog at that moment, man. I'm telling you, like I was sitting there and
Is your dog like fucking attacking TV because dogs won't get
no, but man, I'm telling you, I'm sitting there and here like, ooh. And I'm like, hey man, listen, I need to move. If I don't move, I'm gonna freak out. And then he's like, he pulls me out and he goes, everything good. I'm like, it's not. He's like, listen, we have to do it because I couldn't get it. You moved and the thing went off. Go back inside. And I said, wait a fuck a second, yeah. And I literally went. I stood up and I went. I started getting
You know, when
blood
you,
into
like,
my
you
arms.
do like this
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get the-
And bro, I went back in there, and then he every 10 minutes, you're doing so well, so good, so
You come out, they
fantastic.
give you one of 5.
I
those,
swear
like,
to God,
golden
this guy was
stars,
so
like-
sweet, man. And he was like, "You're doing so well, so fine." And then
I think it was scared of you.
and then at the end of it, I started hallucinating. I think because of the lack of oxygen going to my brain and the pain in my arms.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I'm start mumbling shit, and he's like, "What do you say? What?" Because there's a mic in there, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "No, man, just keep going." And then, bro, the pain was so bad. And I said, "Man, look, whatever image you get, I will fuck it. I don't give a shit.
I'll edit. I'll Photoshop it. Like,
Man, I will tell them what I'm feeling. It's fine." That was the worst ever. And then he told me, "Sir, usually for people your size and 6 foot, whatever, there's like a special MRI machine, but we don't
Usually-
have that in the UAE."
Usually it's like an open one. So like they just, but you know, for me, I had to do it 3 times because the first 2 times I kept falling asleep, and apparently I was moving as I was sleeping. Like I was so comfortable
No,
in
the
there.
one with the head is easy. It's when your shoulders get into it.
No, that one, the same one, but obviously
Yeah,
I
but the
wasn't
size
stuck.
difference,
Yeah.
you know?
So I was just apparently sleeping, just like turning and shit. Every 10 minutes they would pull me out. They're like, yeah.
But that's the thing. Again, when it comes to the open one is so much better. I actually went to one in Abu Dhabi, which was what was that? Yeah. So in Abu Dhabi, I was there, and I took this machine, and the MRI was open, so it was just like a ring. It was so much easier. Like you would go through it, and then on the other side, you're in the room. Like the room's open.
Okay.
You know. But that was
It's
the
concentrated with the area they want.
yeah, it just scans because I think it's a new technology. But bro, I have some crazy ass stories about this kind of shit. Like for me, if my family was there, I would never live that moment down because of it was like
the pressure of like the family being present.
no, I don't give a shit about the pressure. I'd fucking scream and say like, "Hey," you know.
Get me out.
But the guy was so supportive, and God bless that guy. Like I'm telling you, if he ever watches this or hears this. You were so nice, so kind. I was a very difficult patient because I'm like, man, I can't feel my hands. And bro, at the time I didn't know he could hear me, so I'm like, ugh. Like I'm trying to press this button and there's no power in my fingers. I'm like, I'm gonna die in here. I'm gonna become microwaved. He's gonna bring me back. My eyes are gonna be like rolled back, and it's like,
I don't think you
Gorgeous
understand
day,
how
chicken
MRI
wings.
works.
well, I mean, it's radiation, and radiation makes heat.
Yeah, but microwave is slightly different.
Is it?
Yeah, you do know that microwaves use radiation. That's how they heat up your food.
Wait.
Yeah, the radiation, but it's not how people think.
Harmful radiation.
No, but a MRI machine could microwave you if put in like certain things. I'm saying it's the same thing, but that's why.
Come on, cooked.
But
Yeah.
but dude, it was getting hot.
Faisal, how you feeling? Well done.
Bro, I thought I was gonna be scrambled. I thought it was gonna be like those kids from Hiroshima, you know, elongated head and be like.
Pretty sure they were born that way. But, like, it's not like over the years they're
They're, like,
started
cooked out,
growing. Like a watermelon at the end. At the end of their life, they have like 2 different graves, one for their head, one for their body.
Spit out seeds. And
I was born 4 foot, but I became 6 inches, 6 feet.
6 inches. I shrunk down.
Benjamin Button, that shit.
I hate that movie.
It's not
I didn't
a bad
watch it.
movie. No, it's not a bad movie. It's like movies used to be like so long before. Like it used to be like 3-hour movies, and I feel like that was one of
Bro,
them.
now it's. Did you watch the last Wakanda thing?
No.
Or
What a name! Did you watch the last Wakanda thing?
I don't know what
I
the.
mean, Black Panther.
No,
Is
it's
it?
called Wakanda Forever.
I think it's called Wakanda Forever.
Isn't it Black Panther Wakanda Forever?
No,
I'm
Black
sorry,
Panther
man.
was
Like,
the
are you a
first one.
producer on
Educate
the
yourself.
movie?
Educate
No,
yourself.
Black Panther
sir.
was the first one. The second one is called Wakanda Forever.
But did you
'cause
watch
Black
it?
Panther is dead, so it's not Black Panther.
When are
innit?
they getting the new Black Panther? Like,
I'm not sure.
I'm not gonna say anything. It's very obvious you
How
guys
is
didn't watch
it?
it. It's really good,
Apparently, it's shit.
but
though.
no, it's not.
Really?
It's good,
Okay, so-
but it's just a bit too long
Okay.
because it's 2 hours and a half,
Oh shit.
and like Endgame was 2 hours and a half. So like,
Yeah, but Endgame was like.
yeah, but it's. I'm glad I brought it up since no one's watched it. So great
Have you
conversation.
guys watched Black Adam?
Yeah, dog shit.
Yeah, I thought it was a good action
haven't.
movie.
No,
I
it
haven't
wasn't.
watched
There
it.
was no story to it. It was just action. At the end, a
Action.
little
Again,
bit
it
of
was a
story.
good action movie. Not
Action, like action movies need a storyline.
like Endgame.
Endgame, John Wick, shooter, like
John Wick has a story. guy's dog gets taken, he just destroys the whole world.
You don't understand it. I get it. If I had that talent and I knew who killed my dog, fuck yeah.
No, but that's the thing. They
They milked
I
it,
think
but,
the first movie was very good because it was a very unique kind of thing. You know, guy loves dog. Then now they're like, Hashashin. You know, they Hashashin, Sheikh in the desert.
Like Arab/Spanish or Asian.
No, but you know the word assassin comes from Iran.
Yeah.
There's two explanations.
Hashashin,
for
baba.
it. Yeah.
You go there to find out. You come back to me.
There's two explanations for it.
The
One is
They able to
there.
take hash.
Yeah, that, and also there's a Spanish version of the story.
No, but
You research weird stuff, bro. As we established last
I have
episode.
fucking insomnia, bro. Of course, I'd sit in the middle of the night and be like, "How do fish?"
What?
I forgot.
I guess that's why he has insomnia. Why am I in that?
I'm sitting there like in front of the computer. So how do?
Bro, I think that's dementia. That's not. That's not.
Actually,
Dimension. The dimension.
It's a dimension.
you just fucked up and you made yourself look like a fool. Trying to make me look like a fool.
Whole fucking thing out.
The whole time.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Wishful
Wait,
thinking.
should we call it?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for watching episode 2. It's very different than episode 1. Hopefully you like it. Or if you don't, at least you like the first one.
I like how we didn't even talk about the pet peeves. You know,
We did, bro. What are you
No,
talking
no,
about?
we talked about it like we were like this, and then we're like, you know,
Yeah,
the whole
but-
world, you know, the universe.
Yeah, but it wasn't funny, so...
No, well, what wasn't funny?
No,
The pet
we
peeve thing.
established that
You
we
better
don't
watch
angry
what you
too.
say.
I was getting angry, man. Like, it
But
wasn't-
you're always angry.